everybody, Steve here with Behind the Bumpers for an interview with 9101 Green Mountain Robotics. Already off to a good start. You guys are on 5th Alliance today here at WPI. We're here at WPI, one of the spiritual homes of FRC, with one of what is quickly going to be the newest powerhouse in New England. They're in their sophomore campaign and they're already off to an amazing start. We're going to be talking about their robot, which is really simple but really effective. Then we're going to move on to their software and then talk about their team structure, because they're really building a team structure here to last.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. AndyMark is your one-stop shop for all your robotics competition needs. Celebrating 20 years of quality robotics parts and superior service, AndyMark employees have over 200 years of first-team experience. From mechanical and electrical products to tools and hardware, head on over to andymark.com for high-quality and affordable solutions. Support Fun's content creators when you sign up for a membership on YouTube Join. You'll get access to special perks like emotes, loyalty badges, and Fun members will even get early access to our scheduled videos and more. 100% of this revenue will go back to our correspondents to help recognize their efforts. Click the Join button in any YouTube video to pledge your support.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, tell us what you do on the team.
I'm Max, I'm the CAD lead of the team.
I'm Myra, I'm one of the student coordinators of the team.
I'm James, I'm also a student coordinator and I fix stuff.
And hi, I'm Sharu and I write software.
Cool. Max, you want to show us your bot here?
Yeah, so on our robot we have just a standard ground intake. It is on linear actuators, so it slides it out. Yeah. So it slides it out and folds down the intake. We then pick up notes through there, and then it flips back in right into the shooter. Shooter's just a standard dual roller horizontal shooter. It's been very effective and we haven't had many problems with it.
Cool. You want to talk about, because this is actually really cool, you want to talk about your linear sliders here?
Yeah, sure. So these are a product from Rev. We saw these on their website and really wanted to use them and work them in some way, because we had planned to have some sort of linear movement on the robot. So we saw this nice, simple, complex package, and we bought them, tried them out. They're amazing. We've had no problems with them. We really like them.
Cool. You want to show us the note path as it goes through? I mean, it's a very simple note path. It's pretty impressive. You really just have sort of one moving part here.
Yeah, so intake folds down, picks up a note, flips back in, and shoots. Wow. It's a very powerful shooter.
Yeah, it's a very powerful shooter.
Yeah, we're running Neos with a 1.25 to 1 increase in RPM, so right around 6,000 RPM at the end.
Very cool. All right, sure. You want to tell us about some of your programming?
Yeah. So I guess I can start with localization and like alignment. So we have 3 cameras over here, and then one's in the back, and they're all global shutter cameras from ArduCam, and they're all detecting April tags using this orange Pi right here.
Okay, so you have one orange Pi running.
Yep.
How many cameras?
3 cameras.
3.
They're around 20 FPS each.
Cool.
And then that also feeds into the Rio, and that calculates pose estimation,
Okay.
which allows us to align to things like the amp or the shooter.
All right, and how accurate have you been finding your vision system to be working? Is it finicky, or are you guys sort of rock solid in your vision to this point?
The vision system itself has been really accurate so far. And then we're able to align to things like the shooter and the amp. So with the shooter, we have custom PID control, and we'll automatically choose the best position to align with the shooter that's closest to where we are right now, and then we'll align using Drive.
Any other cool software things you guys do?
So we have an auto routine that we use in teleop to shoot in the amp, in which we'll line up about like a foot or 2 away from the amp, and then shoot while moving towards the amp. And then while it's doing that, it moves the note forward while pushing it up, which allows it to go into the amp. And we do that completely autonomously, so we can just press a button and then have it shoot it in the amp and teleop. And most of our systems on the robot are semi-autonomous, so if I'm the operator, I can just press 1 or 2 buttons, which intake notes and then shoot them automatically.
Yeah, it's always been one of the things I'm always preaching with my team is the less input that the driver needs to do other than moving the sticks, the better. Yeah, explain what this thing is that you're going to show me.
9101, you are now queuing. I repeat, you are now queuing. Get the robot up, keep Get the robot ready. Come on, guys, let's go.
My first question would be why, quickly followed by how.
Why? Why not?
Good
But
answer.
also-
Just leave it at that.
Okay.
Why not? How are you doing that?
So
Are
we
you like tying into FRCQ or something to know when
Yeah.
you're queued?
So I can start with the hardware. So this is an old light that one of our mentors just like took from work. It just plugs into AC power. So what we did is we kind of hacked it and we put a Raspberry Pi Pico in there, and then we hooked up a relay to the AC power, so we can control that with the Raspberry Pi Pico. And then we connect that to this laptop that's running over here. And that's just running a server that connects to our Slack. So whenever FRCQ posts a message in our Slack, it'll see that that's posted, and then it'll set the light and play the sound.
Very cool. Sounds like a fun non-robot project to do. I like it a lot. One of the things I think people definitely need to know about you guys is, let's just take a look over here. You guys are in your sophomore campaign, and that is already your trophy rack. So why don't you guys tell me about sort of how you guys started and how you're really setting yourselves up for not only the success of your team, but the success of first overall in your area.
So one of the things that we spent a lot of time this summer and over the off season talking about was basically how we rearrange our team structure, which is trying to be as flat as possible. Basically, we don't like hierarchy on our team, and that's something that we've kind of taken into consideration when it comes to starting all of the FLL teams that we have this year. In addition to that, we mentor a bunch of First Tech Challenge teams, considering a lot of us graduated from First Tech Challenge and moved up. One of the big things that we take as a highlight of starting all these First LEGO League teams is the great impact in First in Vermont that we've made in total, which is that I'm struggling.
Yeah. Okay. One of the things that I'm personally most proud of for our team is our sustainability pipeline. We have this sort of continuous path that students can follow starting all the way in elementary school, where they can participate in the summer camps that we run. Last year we run summer camps affecting over 70 students, and we already have more planned for this year. They were received great by parents and students themselves. And then after these summer camps, some of these summer camps immediately led into the creation of FLL teams like the Electric Stars and Lego Loaf. And this is actually a funny story about the Lego Loaf team. They named ourselves after our robot last year, which was called Toast. So they really liked the bread theme, and they were inspired by how we had named our robot and like to name their team after that themselves. Right there. And then after First LEGO League, when students move into the later half of middle school or into high school, they can join any of the FTC teams that we've worked really hard to sustain and support in the school districts that our students are from. All of these here. So some of these are in middle schools, like the Trash Pandas, funny name, but then most of these are in high schools. And one of the things that we're looking forward to next year is really expanding the middle school presence of FTC in our school area, so that those students can have an even better path to join Green Mountain Robotics as soon as they're in high school.
Cool. And so the area you guys are in Vermont, is it rural, like a suburban area? What's the breakdown?
I believe technically it's urban, but it's one of the bigger, one of the more densely populated areas in Vermont. There are 40,000 people in town. Yeah.
But in addition to that, even though we are based out of Burlington, Vermont, we don't only impact Burlington. So some of these teams are from South Burlington, some of them are from Essex, some of them are from Shelburne, Williston, and a bunch of different towns of Vermont. And we also, in addition to that, have worked outside of Vermont, since in Vermont it's such a small community, it's such a small first presence, that we are trying to bring as many insight and input from out-of-state teams as possible. So in Florida, we actually mentor another team, batteries included. And in North Carolina, we worked really closely with another second-year rookie team, FRC team, where we bounce back ideas and we just worked with them to try to gain as much insight as possible.
Okay, awesome. Anything else you guys want to share? I mean, you guys are...
So one of the other things, what really made all these summer camps possible was this outreach event that we did with the governor of Vermont, and we talked to other legislators at the State House, and we worked to secure, with other FRC teams, we worked to secure $50,000 in funding for summer camps for FLL in Vermont. And so just the summer camps that we have listed over there are not all of the ones that were run. That funding was dispersed all across Vermont to all sorts of teams, FTC teams and FRC teams, and was used exclusively to run summer camps to really broaden the impact of First LEGO League in Vermont. And that has helped First LEGO League double in teams from 32 to over 60 in just 1 year. That's one of the things that I think is really cool about the program.
And professional development is a huge part of our team as well. So this is just 2 of the big events that we went to this year. One of which was at Global Foundries, where it was an event centralized around us. We had a time slot where we were just able to tell them about who we are and get as many volunteers and mentors as possible from Global Foundries, since they've, as of recently, moved to make their big outreach initiative mentoring and helping first teams, which is how we can thank our amazing mentors who are standing behind us. And then secondly, the Beta Technologies, they held a big wrap-up celebration last year where ourselves and iBots 2370, we were able to go there and present and tell everyone what FRC is. And that's definitely shown within just recognition. We can go out in public and there's a solid chance that we get recognized. It's like, oh, you're on Green Mountain Robotics, right? We saw you speak last year. And that's something we take very seriously because it's obvious it's where we all want to go in the future. So going to these events and interacting with these people really helps us.
I mean, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I won't hide the fact that you're already one of my favorite New England teams, even though it's your 2nd year.
Thank you.
Seriously, good luck to you guys today in playoffs. And hopefully we'll be seeing you guys at DCMP.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. AndyMark is your one-stop shop for all your robotics competition needs. Celebrating 20 years of quality robotics parts and superior service, AndyMark employees have over 200 years of first-team experience. From mechanical and electrical products to tools and hardware, head on over to andymark.com for high-quality and affordable solutions.